February 22nd, 1919. Pebble Beach Golf Links in California officially opens. For the last 100 years, it has been widely regarded as one of the most beautiful golf courses in the world, becoming the first public golf course to be selected as the #1 golf course in America by Golf Digest in 2001. But when it first opened, it was hardly the golf course the world knows now. Budget constraints, a premature opening, and sheep all led to an uneven first few years. It's a very interesting story, and we'll have that story in just a moment, but first, a word. This podcast is produced by Full Metal Worldwide, a digital marketing company out of Las Vegas, which also produces the sports podcast, The Final Countdown, and the combat sports focus program, Levels, which I, of course, host with my partners, Michael Price and Cassandra Cusino. Visit fullmetalworldwide.com or fullmetalsports.com to check out these wonderful podcasts. Railroad partners Charles Crocker, Collis Huntington, Leland, Stanford, and Mark Hopkins were known to history as the Big Four. Together, they created the Southern Pacific Railroad and changed America forever. When the last of the four associates, Collis Huntington, died in 1900, the railroad was sold and their incredibly vast company land holdings were ordered to be liquidated. These land holdings included the areas in and around Pebble Beach, California. In the spring of 1915, Charles Crocker's son and controlling heir put 29-year-old Samuel Finley Brown Morse in charge of selling off the company assets. Morse was the captain of the undefeated 1906 National Championship football team from Yale. Well liked with a sharp business mind, he was an easy pick to get the job done. In order to find buyers, Morse abandoned a plan for small lots along the coast in favor of larger lots inland and a golf course that hugged the coastline. It was an incredibly bold plan. Seeing, though, that the goal was liquidation and not investment, Morse had to convince the company he worked for that his plan would work. The board members had their reservations, but Morse was not deterred. Morse would use an existing maintenance staff to help build the golf course, and it would be operated by using an underground irrigation system, and the greens and lawns would be maintained by, well, sheep. The course design would come free, courtesy of two well-known amateur golfers, Jack Neville and Douglas Grant. In 1916, the pair would complete their initial design and construction would begin. But because of budget constraints, construction went slowly, but by 1917, the course was nearing completion. The plan was to open the golf course on February 22, 1918. But due to some delays, it was pushed back to April. August Heckscher, the millionaire who built Central Park in New York City, made an offer on the land, but the offer was too low. And that's when Morse had an idea. He would buy the land himself at the full asking price if the company would give him a year to arrange proper financing. The company agreed. Samuel F.B. Morse, distant cousin to Samuel Morse, who built the telegraph and also the Morse code, purchased nearly 18,000 acres on the Monterey, California coast, including the world-renowned Hotel Del Monte, which had opened in 1880 for $1.3 million. On February 22, 1919, Pebble Beach Golf Links officially opened. The next week, Morse's Del Monte Properties Company closed the sale. The course was visually stunning, but it did not have an immediate impact on golf in California and had its share of critics. The first thing they suggested to go were the sheep. Morse had already opened the Del Monte golf course in 1897, and it was warmly received by the area residents and the golf world. To this day, Del Monte Golf Course remains the oldest golf course in continuous operation west of the Mississippi River. Everything changed in September 1929 when Pebble Beach held its first major, the U.S. Amateur Championship, and the star power of 27-year-old Bobby Jones. The area in and around Pebble Beach operated as a hideaway for the rich and powerful, hosting celebrities and sports icons and even royalty. The property was known far and wide for its extravagant parties and alcohol, even during Prohibition. The Great Depression nearly ended the course, dropping membership down to almost zero. World War II also nearly crippled Pebble Beach, but it was kept alive through Morris's smart business ventures, including leasing the Hotel Del Monte and surrounding land to the U.S. Navy for use as a flight school. Over its 100 years in existence, Pebble Beach has made golf history time and time again. In 1947, the Bing Crosby National Pro-Am Golf Tournament offered another boost of star power to the course's history. In 1950, the newly formed Ladies Pro Golf Association, or LPGA, held its weather-vane Transcontinental Women's Open at Pebble Beach. The tournament is won by the legendary Babe Zaharias. In 1961, the U.S. Amateur Championship returned, this time won by a 21-year-old Jack Nicklaus. The U.S. Open in June 1982 played host to the legendary duel between Tom Watson and, you guessed it, Jack Nicklaus. Watson, needing a birdie to win, completely misses the 17th green, but then he sinks a miraculous chip shot, one of the most incredible shots in golf history, then birdies the 18th hole to win the Open by 2 strokes. And of course, the 100th U.S. Open Championship in June 2000, won by a 24-year-old Tiger Woods, besting his nearest competitor by 15 strokes. Samuel Morse, regarded as the Duke of Del Monte, served 50 years as president of his company before dying in 1969. His funeral included paid respects from President Richard Nixon and future President Ronald Reagan. The course itself has seen many improvements and major redesigns to the 5th hole and the lengthening of the incredibly gorgeous 18th hole. Of course, today Pebble Beach remains one of the greatest public golf courses in the entire world, and you can schedule your next round all for the low price of $550 per person per round. I had the privilege of visiting Pebble Beach Golf Course in October 2019, and it definitely lives up to the legendary status that it's maintained for all of these years. It's amazingly beautiful, and the area around it has so much rich history. Monterey, California, Pebble Beach, California, Carmel by the sea, all the little seaside towns, incredible photo opportunities everywhere, and just kind of a little piece of Americana that you can't find anywhere else in the world. Even if you're not a sports fan, it's an incredible bit of history, and there's so much more that I couldn't even fit into this episode. But I do hope you'll come back and check out more of these episodes from me, Jeremy Long, the Full Metal Traveler.